guys, welcome back to my channel Maths Made Easy with AB. So today you already know that we are starting with coordinate geometry, which is a very important chapter when it comes to mathematics. So today's video will be a very basic video. We will be dealing with distance formula. We will be dealing with distance formula. We will be knowing how points are plotted on x, y axis, on the axis, and how we find the distance between two points in a 2D plane, and then we will be moving forward seeing few examples in this. Yeah, and so this is a series on coordinate geometry. Eventually we will be building up, we will go to section formula, we will be going to straight line and all. Yeah, so let's get started with this video. Student, understand that in coordinate geometry the main thing is the x and the y axis. So I am drawing the x and the y axis. So this is the x axis and this is the y axis. Students, any plane, so it can be any plane. So you can see this board, right? So this is also a plane. You can consider this point as origin, this point as origin. So any point. So coordinate geometry is very important in understanding, finding distance between 2 points. So understand what I am trying to say over here. Say for example, this is the x axis, this is the y axis. This plane, this flat plane, which is a 2D plane, students, is not a 3D. So eventually we will be moving into 3D geometry also later on, but now understand this coordinate geometry is only for 2D plane. So this is a two-dimensional plane. 3D means something will come up somewhere over here. Yeah, 2D means only on this plane. So this point on this plane. So this is a two-dimensional point. So this line, this is a 2D line, correct? If say for example the line comes out like this line, say for example this marker you can see. So this line is 2D line, but if the marker comes out like this, so it is a 3D line. Yeah, students. So I think that is very much clear to you all. So this is the x axis, this is the y axis. Students, don't confuse. So x can be this, y can be this. This is the positive x axis. So this point is known as the origin, 0, 0. Many of you must be knowing this. Yeah. So this video is a general video. Somebody who is in class 9 can also go through this video. Somebody who is in class 11, 12 and starting with coordinate geometry, who are starters, who don't remember or revising coordinate geometry, is this video is also for them, so that eventually we will be moving into the complicated part of coordinate geometry as we progress and solve problems related to joint entrance examination. If you are a starter, you are in class 9, you can also refer to the complex problem as we move on if you are interested in giving Olympiad and other mathematical competition exams, or maybe preparing for IIT from lower classes itself. Yeah. So this is the origin, correct students? This point is called the origin. This part is the positive x-axis. This part is known as negative x-axis or x dash. This part is y positive. This part is the y-axis, positive y-axis, and this side it is y dash, which is the negative y-axis. Any point in this. So how do we denote a point? Say for example, a point A is over here. A is 2, 3. So what is 2, 3? So basically what it is this is 0, 0 means 0 on x-axis and 0 on y-axis. The point which is written first belongs to x-axis. The point which is written second belongs to y-axis. Yeah. Abscissa and ordinate. This is abscissa and this is ordinate. So we don't use this. We use x-axis and y-axis only. So 0, 0. These axes are known as abscissa and ordinate. Also that another name. Okay, these all nomenclatures you will learn in school and all. So 0, 0. Now understand this point over here. There is one point over here. So let me mark it over here. Students, you must have seen graph paper in class 8, 9, 10, whatever. Yeah. So now we are in advanced form. So we are not going to use graph paper now. I will be plotting it directly, a rough sketch. Students, one very important tip for you. You are getting any problem of coordinate geometry, always remember you need to draw the diagram. In coordinate geometry, 80% of the problem is solved if you draw the diagram for the question. So understanding coordinate geometry, imagining coordinate geometry is very important. You need to draw the diagram and then solve the problem. Your problem will be 100% solved. Drawing diagram solves this 80%, 20% is just calculation. Yeah, so this point, so this is the origin O, this is the origin O denoted by 0, 0. This point is 1, this is 2, this is 3, Okay, students, let me erase this part. This point is 4, 5, and so on and so forth. It goes till infinity. This point is 1, this point is 2, this point is 3, this point is 4, so on and so forth. This point is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and it moves on similarly, minus 1, minus 2 as we go down. So students, this point, say for example, this point, what will be the coordinate of this point? So x-axis it is 3 and y-axis it is 2. So this point is 3, 2. This point is 3, 2. Say for example, this point somebody asks you, what is this point? This point is, what is the x coordinate? X coordinate is 1 and y coordinate is 4. So this point is 1, 4. Understood? So basically a point is denoted by x, y. So first x-axis and then it comes as y-axis. I think this much is very clear to you all. Yeah, students. Now let me take example of this side. So till here it is clear to you all. Okay. So now for example, you want to point this side over here. So this point is minus 2 is x-axis and y is 3. So minus 2, 3. So in this case, in this quadrant, so students, this quadrant is called the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant and this is the fourth quadrant. This is universal. This is the first quadrant, second, third and fourth quadrant. So you need to understand this. Yeah. So in first quadrant, both x-axis and y-axis will be positive. Points will be positive. In first quadrant, your x and y both will be positive because x is positive, y is positive, right? In the second quadrant, students, in the second quadrant, you tell me x will be what? X will be negative and y will be positive. X will be negative, right? Minus 2, 3. X will be negative and y will be positive. In the third quadrant, students, what will happen? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So x is also negative, so same point over here, minus 3, minus 3. So minus 3, minus 3. So x is also negative, y is also negative. Correct? In the fourth quadrant, students, x is positive and y is negative. So below this, y is all negative. This here is negative, negative. Both the coordinates, both the points are negative. Here, fourth quadrant, x is positive because it is lying this side. X is positive, but y is negative. I think students, this much is very much clear to you all. So which point, which is positive, which is negative. Okay, so let's move on. I hope till here it is very much clear to you all. Simple, we will understand how to find the distance between 2 points. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Yeah, say for example, we have a point over here which is A, and we have a point over here which is B. Understand, students, this is very easy. Okay, so this point, say for example A, this is x1, this point is x2, this point is y1, this point is y2. Got it, students? I think this much is very much clear to you all. So I am writing it over here. The coordinate of A is x1, y1. The coordinate of point B is x2, y2. x2, y2. Now x1 is positive, y1 is positive. Since you can see in the diagram, both lies in the first quadrant. In B, x2 positive, y2 positive because B is also a point in the first quadrant. Now you have to find the distance of AB. You have to find this distance, AB distance. So you need to evaluate this distance D. So what is D? We need to evaluate the distance D between the points A and B. Before I write the formula, students, I will make you understand. So you have drawn this figure, right? I told you drawing a figure in coordinate geometry solves the problem itself. Yeah, students. So see how I will solve this problem. Let me just do this. Try and understand this, students. Now, students, tell me what is this distance? This distance is this distance, correct? This distance is equal to this distance, which is x1. This point is x1, means this distance is x1. And this distance from the y-axis, this distance is x2, students. Because this is x2, already told you before, 0.1, 2, 3, 4. So that is basically the distance from origin. The distance from origin is x2 and this point distance is x1. Same A, correct? So students, what will be the length of x1, x2? What will be the length of x1, x2? This will be what? x2 minus x1. Correct, students? This will be the length of x2 minus x1. Correct? I think this is clear to you all. Similarly, if this is x2 minus x1, students, this part will also be x2 minus x1. This is a rectangle or a square, whatever be it, but this will be equal to this. Correct? Now, students, understand, this point is y1 and this entire length is y2. Correct? Distance from origin. This is y1 and this entire length is y2. So what is this distance? y2 minus y1? y2 minus y1 is the distance this, and this distance, won't it be equal to this distance, which is y2 minus y1, students? Correct? This distance, say for example this point is n. This is 90 degree, correct? So this distance is y2 minus y1, this distance is x2 minus x1. Now you can apply Pythagoras theorem. This is the right angle triangle. You need to find the distance d. So what will be the distance d, students? Root over this square, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the distance d between the points A and B. Simple. This is the formula. Now sometimes in schools you are asked to derive the distance formula. How it comes? So you need to draw this, you need to write, consider that this distance between this is this, you need to name and all. So that you can do, because I have explained you overall how we evaluate the value d. So d is basically root over x2 minus x1 whole square div plus y2 minus y1 whole square. That's it. Simple. Now for question purpose you understand that is simply difference of x, that is difference of x whole square plus difference of y whole square and whole, and sum it entire, make a square root of that, and that will give you the distance between the 2 points. Correct, students? I hope till here you are clear with the distance formula. Yeah, so simple. I will take one example. over here, students. I am just erasing it out. Students, if you are liking the video, you are understanding whatever I am teaching, I will request you to subscribe to my channel and follow the videos over here. I am pretty sure that if you have any problem, put down in comments and I'll try to solve it. I am trying to make mathematics very simple for you, yeah, so that anybody can rock the examination whichever they're targeting for. Students, understand the next question is, say for example, somebody has asked you 2, 3 and 7, 5. What is the distance between these 2 points? 2, 3 and 7, 5. What is the distance? So students, what will be the distance? I'm just applying the formula. What is root over difference in between the x? So 7 minus 2 whole square plus 5 minus 3 whole square. So y2 is 5, y1 is 3 whole square. So simply root over, this is 5 square, that is 25, plus this is 5 minus 3 is 4, that is root over 29 units. It is written as units. The distance is in units. So root over 29 is the distance between A and B, that is root over 29. It is that simple, students. It is that simple. Now for example, somebody has asked you what is the distance between points. Say for example, I take 2, 3 and 4, minus 1 and 4, minus 1. So 4, minus 1 will be somewhere here. So this is 2, 3, 4, minus 1. So minus 1 is this side. Yeah. So somebody is asking you find the distance d between these two. So what will be the distance, students? D will be root over, what is the difference? 4 minus 2, correct? 4 minus 2 whole square plus minus 1 minus 3 minus 1 minus 3, correct, whole square. That's simple. So basically you have 4 minus 2 is 2, 4 plus 4, this is minus 3 minus 1 whole square, that is 4 whole square, that is 16, that is root 20, that is root 20, students. Understand, 4 minus 2 is 4, is 2, 2 square is 4, minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4, minus 4 whole square is plus 16, so 16 plus 4, that is 20, that is root 20 is the distance between the 2 points. Right, students? I think till here you are clear with the distance formula. Yeah. So this is all about the distance formula, how you find, how you write and how you find the distance between 2 points. In the coming video, students, we will be looking into some of the solved examples relating to distance formula which has been put in NCERT. Thank you so much for your time, students.